What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by two things. Since we don't do any sponsorships here on the channel, I'll show them out real quick. The first is my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name Aftersound. And the second is a new podcast I just launched on my YouTube music channel called Chasing Infinity. It is myself and ChatGPT as my AI co-host, and we dive into a wide range of topics. So check it out. Links in the description below, and I appreciate the support. Okay, so this video, I want to give a shout out to Red Rover in the comments, who asked a good question. So firstly, ask, when do we expect the SPS distribution to be over? And then ask for my thoughts on what that will look like once it's done. Now, keep in mind, we're still like barely halfway through the SPS distribution phase, and some of that even got delayed, right? So I don't know what the final date is, but keep in mind, if we're going to go with what was in the white paper, most of the pools that began said that they were going to go for 65 months. Now, some pools, right, like for example, SPS staking rewards and tournaments, those pools began in July of 2021. So that would be 65 months is like 5.5 years, we'll say. So let's do the half year to get to early 2022 and then add 5 years. That would be 2027 for that specific one to be done, right? But there were other pools, right? Like the ranked rewards, brawls, LPs, all of those began a year later in July of 2022. So those actually won't be completed until sometime in 2028, right? Maybe late 27 or early 2028, right? Just depending on how we do the math there. But so we're still very much like in the middle of this, right? Now, granted, we're getting to the end of 2024 here, but you know, I don't know. I'm looking at this and thinking to myself, we still have quite a ways to go before, you know, we're there. So granted, the first pools, right, the first distribution pools will be done, like I said, early 2027, maybe late 2026, which could coincide with the bear market, who knows, or the lows of the bear market. But there's still plenty of time, right? There's still plenty of time between now and then. So I'm not thinking too hard about this. That being said, I was asked a question, which is a good question because we should be planning ahead, right? And I have put out videos in the past talking about this. And in fact, I just put out a video about HBD, right? The HBD that we're receiving should be used to be buying more SPS off the marketplace, right? If we're getting a staking reward for that, I mean, it's good. We should hold X amount of HBD for future projects, but we should be taking some of that rewards and buying SPS off the marketplace. In addition to that, you know, I've thrown out several ideas in the past, whether it's for mini sets, whether it's for promo cards, whether it's, you know, market fees potentially. Like all of this stuff, in my opinion, should and could potentially be implemented at some point to buy more SPS off the marketplace in the future to refund, well, that's not the right way to say that, to fund future rewards, let's put it that way, refill the fund of rewards. So keep in mind, we have all of these pools, first and foremost, okay? But the DAO, according to the white paper, is also receiving, on top of everything else that's been sent to the DAO, and actually let's go here for context. Now, I don't know what the breakdown of this is currently in terms of like how much the DAO has versus how much is versus how much was sent in. And actually, maybe let's see, or I guess I don't have it here. Okay, so the DAO has 4.1% of the SPS. All right, either way, the DAO is sitting on roughly like 100 million SPS right now. But allocation-wise, from the initial white paper, the DAO is going to get 400 million SPS off the bat, right? Now, that's, I mean, it off the bat, meaning that it goes directly there. It's not going there instantly. It's over the course of the 65 months as well. But once the rewards run out, the DAO still has a stockpile of 400 million SPS, which we haven't even tapped into. If anything, we've increased that, right? Because it's going to have this baseline 400 million. But then we've also sent SPS to the DAO through node licenses, right? That sale, through the Rift Watcher sale, and now, as I'm saying, like through any other mechanism that we can find to add more value to the DAO in terms of SPS. Because then, right, we'll be able to fund rewards indefinitely, forever, ideally, right? So the DAO becomes this self-sustaining machine where through market actions, market activity, or through partnerships with the company, it's able to refill its coffers with SPS, which allows it to give out SPS in the future. And the idea is there's only 3 billion SPS that'll ever be minted. So over time, SPS starts to increase in value as it becomes more scarce in certain areas, whether that's in Splinterlands, the game, or in other games, right? Maybe if Tower Defense Soulkeep starts to implement more things, or we get another game that gets launched, or even another game mode, right? Like Land. But either way, as SPS becomes scarce, more people come in, more people want it, more people need it, right? Then we start to see a rise in the price of SPS, meaning that less SPS needs to come out. Now, in a recent video, I talked about this as well. We have roughly like 5 million SPS that's coming out per month in ranked rewards right now, and that's down, right? That was like 7.5 million SPS at the beginning of that when it began, and it reduces by like 1% per month. So I guess with the reductions that we've had over the past couple of years, now we're at roughly 5 million, and that's going to continue to reduce right until the entire thing's done. So when we talk about the fact that the DAO is sitting on like 400 million SPS, like that can fund rewards for a while, right? Whether it's ranked rewards or staking rewards or whatever, I think we'll have to have a broader conversation about which rewards do get replenished, because even now I've been making a case for the SPS staking rewards. Like we don't really need that, and I would probably push to not give that out in the future, or if we did, for it to be significantly less, because that reward pool started off at 7.5 million as well. So I would want to see less SPS given out for future things, with the idea and hope that SPS starts to increase over time once scarcity is felt. Now, obviously, we're not there yet. I mean, SPS is still just a hop skip from its all-time low, and we're hopefully at the start of what is going to be a bull run that will set a new price floor for SPS. But either way, it's a long way out. I'm trying to give you kind of my overview, and I do believe that there is a way for the DAO to become sustainable in many ways, right? So not just sustainable for the rewards, which is what we're talking about, but sustainable for creating awesome experiences in the game. So whether that's doing partnerships with a team for Rebellion or promo cards, or even launching new ventures, right? If let's say another company like Steam Monsters came along and wanted to create a game, I think that's something that the DAO can and should be open to in the future, so that we can have these, we can have these things that create and add value to the ecosystem, specifically to the SPS token, and then have that recursive loop for SPS being the reward token that's also used to burn for the utility token, DEC, and that token gets burned, and so flywheel action, all those buzzwords. So hopefully that answers your question. Again, like I said, we're still a couple of years out from the end of even just the first parts of distribution. There's still second parts that are going to go probably into late 27, early 28. So we have some time, but like I said, I've been throwing out ideas because I think we should get into the habit of stocking up the DAO with SPS in the future. So not only stocking up the DAO with SPS, but also it solves two problems, right? This is why I was big on like the HBD thing. This is why I'm big on market fees or whatever. Like it sucks up all of the excess liquidity, of which there is a lot on the marketplace right now, and it puts it in the DAO until we decide what we want to do with it. So instead of it just being out here, there's a bunch that's out, and too much for the current player base. We throw it back in the DAO. It can fund future rewards. It can fund future projects, and it hopefully helps the supply shock happen now when we have fewer players. But that's all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.